Hey everybody, welcome to another Plum Crazy adventure. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different because I'm alone. I haven't been alone without the kids or Scott or anybody in the house for, I can't even tell you how long, okay? Pre-pandemic. So I'm really excited because it gives me a chance to be able to think and process, and I can be a little bit introverted, so it's a good time for me to recharge. But of course, the other thing that I'm really looking forward to is being able to get a jump start on my packing. I got a dog in the back that does not like that word, so we're going to try to be sneaky about this today. And one of the questions that I always get asked by a lot of my clients is, how do you go through and pack through TSA? I just said the bad word, oops. Hopefully he's asleep. How do you guys pack for TSA? What can I take with me? What can I not? What is the 311 rule? And so I'm going to take you guys shopping and go pick up a couple of things, probably end up going to Target, maybe one or two other places, but Target tends to be my favorite for travel items. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you how to pack those things so that they are TSA compliant and show you what the 311 rule really is. So let's get started. Now, I don't know about you guys, but a shopping day isn't complete unless you get to go to Target. So one of the things I really like to do is check out Bullseye's Playground every time I'm here, because there's so many interesting things that you can find, and sometimes they might be good things for you to keep your kids occupied while you're on the plane. He's got a couple of those at home already. He'd like that puzzle, but not for the trip. Sketch pad, all kinds of fun things. So these are new, at least I haven't seen them since the last time I was here. I think these are great. I'm going to go ahead and pick up two. Disney, of course, and there's even Bingo and Rolly, that's Nick's favorite. But they're only $1, and that's something that will probably keep him occupied maybe for 15-20 minutes on the plane, each one. We're not taking a long flight, so this will definitely be something when he gets bored with the iPad games that he has, or even while we're sitting waiting to board the plane. Now, here's my first pro tip. If you're planning on going on vacation and you're going to be buying some travel size items that are going to go in a carry-on, you're going to want to come to Target. I'll show you why in just a second. Target has some of the best things that you can find when you're traveling. Now, obviously, this is 10 ounces. This is something that would go in your checked luggage, but to be able to take that with you, if you're planning a long stay in your checked bag and not have to pick up laundry detergent, that's a great thing. You could also grab a Tide to Go pen. Obviously, hand sanitizer and wet ones have become a big thing again. Another thing I really like, anybody that needs to have a good makeup remover, this stuff is amazing. I don't go through a whole lot because obviously I don't wear a ton of makeup if you've watched our videos, but that stuff works really well for the mascara that I like to use. And then banana boat, different things, Tresemme products. So this is something that I do need to pick up. I'm just picking up a disposable razor so that I have something that I can shave midweek while we're away, and that can go in your carry-on. Now, if you have very specific shampoo or conditioner that you need to use, these are really great. They're soft, so you can really get a lot out of them. I like these a lot. Just make sure that this one, they close all the way, because I did pick up one that I had to go get another one because the stuff was leaking out of it. And then this is a must. We actually bought one of these probably a couple of years ago, and we just keep refilling it. Works really well. And then on obviously shave gel. There's mini deodorants, but pro tip, you don't need them. You can take your full size and not worry about it. And then this is one big reason why I like coming here, is because you get the family size travel toothpaste. This is at 2.7 ounces, which is less than the 3.4, so that can go in your carry-on. And then they also have the 100 milliliter or 3.3 fluid ounce scope mouthwash. And this is great because I don't know how many times I've gotten those really tiny mouthwashes and they don't fit for what I need. And so I'm buying 4 or 5 of them because they're only single use. Travel toothbrush, that's something that's definitely helpful. I don't need any of these today. I wonder why they have that over here. If you like having your own regular toothbrush, these little beans are fantastic. You can put that right over your toothbrush, and that's a nice and sanitary way to take your toothbrush with you. We tend to take our travel toothbrushes instead, and ours look a little bit like this. In fact, I might go ahead and pick up a couple of extra ones because we're about due. So guys, I had to stop into Sam's Club for a couple of minutes for a couple of things not related to the video, but I wanted to show this to you. You can get Disney gift cards here, and if you're like us and you're a Disney Visa card holder, use your Disney Visa card to purchase your Disney gift cards. This one is $150 and it's $144.98, so you're saving $5 by buying it here. And then you get your points back as well with your Disney Visa card. So you're kind of double dipping, and I can use these to help you pay for your vacation. So if this is something that you want to maybe buy the $500 ones and use that towards your vacation, let me know. Also, these are great when you're going with kids. Purchase these, give them each their $50 gift card, and when they've used up their gift card, they've used up their spending money for the trip. Helpful tip. We just finished up our shopping. I went ahead and unpacked a couple of things. There's a lot of things that I already had at the house, so you're gonna see some things here that I didn't pick up today while we went shopping, and I'll tell you guys where I got those for some of the more unique items. And other than that, let's go ahead and get started on this. The first thing that I wanna talk to you guys about is the 3-1-1 rule, and that's really confusing for a lot of people, and I totally get that. The 3-1-1, basically what it means is the 3 is for the 3.4 ounce that is allowed, or less, that is allowed in a carry-on bag. So for instance, let me show you right here. This is a 3-ounce bottle, or a 100 milliliter bottle if you would prefer following the milliliters. And this is compliant for TSA. It can go through in your carry-on bag. And so that's what the 3 means. Now the first one is you can take 1 quart-sized baggie filled with 3.4 ounce or less items. And then the third one is 1 person. So that's what the 3-1-1 is. I hope that wasn't too convoluted. So obviously I've already showed you my Scope mouthwash. I really like this. I get it from Target. I was in Walmart earlier and I saw that they are starting to carry these larger ones, which is fantastic. I do recommend getting this larger one. It's the 3 ounces because the plastic, it does weigh a little bit too, and it seems really annoying to get something that's like a third the size and basically only get to use it once, whereas this, we're going to be able to use it several times before it's gone, and then you pitch it and you don't bring it back with you. The other thing that I picked up is the Crest Scope toothpaste. I like things that match, so I made sure that they were the same flavor. And I like this one because it's 2.7 ounces. It is the family travel size, and Obviously, we tend to travel with 2 to 5 people, depending on who we're going, like where we're going and how long we're going. And even if it's just 2 of you, but you're going for a week, this toothpaste is going to last. Whereas those little trial sizes, they're not very big, and so you may have to pack 2 or 3. And again, I just feel like that's a waste of space when you can just have one and then bring it back with you. Another thing that you can take with you is your dental floss. Now, this isn't specifically listed on the TSA page for items that you're allowed to bring, but in several different forums where TSA has been asked specifically about bringing dental floss, you are allowed to. So what I always recommend, keep it with your stuff towards the top. That way, if for some reason it's searched, worst case scenario, if they tell you can't take it with you because of particular regulation, it's not a big deal. You can pick it up elsewhere, but I've never had a problem taking it with me. And then the last thing that I want to show you for dental is handy dandy travel toothbrush. I really like these because they fold up. You have a full-size toothbrush. You can do whatever you need to. You don't have to worry. Some of them are really small and rinky, and I don't really like that. But this one, like it's an actual toothbrush. Something else you can do, which I normally do for Nick and I didn't grab right here, is you can buy those little pods that I showed you earlier, and you can put that over top of the head of your regular toothbrush. That's what I do for Nick because obviously you can kind of see these bristles. He's not going to want me to brush his teeth with this. He likes something that's a lot smaller and much more kid-friendly. I'm not a big makeup person, but mascara is one thing that I always take with me, and I do put this in my baggie that is the liquids because it does have liquid in it. Same with the toothpaste. You're going to want to have that with your liquids. And when I go through and I pack all of that stuff later, I'll kind of reiterate. And then other things, lipstick, you could take that with you. Lip gloss, this is really, really old lip gloss, but I really like it, so I'm still using it. And lip glosses, things like that are liquid, are going to have to go into that 1 quart baggie, so keep that in mind. Maybe having a solid lipstick might be a better fit for you if you're planning on taking a bunch of stuff. Other thing that I get asked a lot, because I do have very curly hair, I'm trying to grow it out, for those of you that don't know as well. And so I do have some products and stuff that I tend to take with me that I can't always find everywhere. Now, going to trigger some people, but I like the Aussie Moist shampoo and conditioner, and you can find the conditioner. I actually found it at Dollar General today, but it's a 3-ounce bottle, but it's half of the size of this, and there's just not a whole lot of conditioner in it. So what I'm going to do is, because this is a 3-ounce bottle, I really like this one. I picked it up from Dollar General this morning. It has a very large hole right here so that I can put stuff in, and this is great too because I do change up my products a lot, so maybe the next time I go somewhere I'm not going to be using the Aussie anymore, and so I can rinse this out really well and then put my new product in it. So definitely a great reusable. I picked up 2 of these, one for shampoo, one for conditioner, and sometimes I need this, sometimes I don't. It depends on where I'm going. If I'm going to Disney and I'm going to be staying on property, I don't take any shampoos or conditioners or even body washes because I really like the H2O products that they have there. But if I'm going somewhere where I'm not familiar with what products they have, or if I know, like for instance, Cabana Bay over in Universal, they use VO5 products, which is really cool theming wise, but it's really going to dry out my hair and cause some problems, so I tend to take whatever I'm using at home. The other thing that I always take with me is my curl activated mousse right here by Curl Talk, Not Your Mother's. I really like this stuff. Obviously you didn't see this anywhere today. This is kind of more of a specialty item, but I did find this in a travel size pack over at Ulta Beauty. And it also comes with a curling cream, and then I think there was a gel that came with it as well, but the mousse is my favorite. I tend to use the other 2 items when I'm at home, or I don't really like, I'm experimenting with things and I'm not going to be on camera or worrying about anything, but this tends to be my go-to just because it holds the best. And then obviously when I go to Florida or the beach or any place where it's really windy or I know it's going to be windy, I also tend to just take some hairspray with me. Obviously this is going to have to go in my carry-on in my little baggie. This is a constant spray. And I take that just to give myself some extra hold, because anybody that has curly hair, I mean, it's okay right now, but I don't have anything going through it. And so when I go down to Florida, a lot of times I end up looking like I have a fro, like it ends up being really, really big. So if I want to contain it a little bit, I do take a little bit of extra products with me. And then obviously, don't forget, if you do have a skincare routine, this is just moisturizing cream CeraVe. Nick and I both tend to have a little bit of eczema off and on, especially in the winter. But I get it on my arms and I get it on my legs. So I always take this with me because sometimes I don't react as well to the water that it is in certain places. Florida's tends to be a little bit harsher than for me. And so I'll have to make sure that I use some kind of a moisturizer. And I don't always like using the moisturizers that are available at certain hotels because there's fragrances in them or there's different things, and it ends up making us break out worse. So just something to think about. Another thing, make sure that you have some Gold Bond or baby powder or something like that, because chafing is a very real thing. This is one thing that I use. You can also get the Body Glides, whatever you think is going to work best for you, but that is something to think about, especially like us, we tend to focus mostly on theme parks and going and going and going, and ladies and gents, you're going to want something for that. Makeup removing towelettes. Now this is a travel size. I've already used a couple of them out of there, but again, I don't use a whole lot of makeup. I really like these because they're not something that is regulated in your carry-on, so I don't have to put this in my baggie with my liquids, even though it is damp towelettes. You just want to make sure that you do have it towards the top of your bag, because when we travel and we have baby wipes for Nick, because he gets into everything, we still use baby wipes, we have to actually get those separate, because the x-ray machine can't always see through these, and so your bag will get flagged and they'll have to open it up and look at it. So I like having this up at the top or off to the side so that I can grab it real quick, put it in separately, and then as the TSA people see it going through the x-ray machine, they go, okay, I know what that is. I don't have to pull out this bag and go through the entire bag, things like that. Deodorant, very important. Make sure you use this, guys, especially if you're going to be going to the Florida in the summer. Do everybody a favor, wear some deodorant. Whatever one works for you. I tend to like the Dove, and we buy most of our stuff like that bulk from Sam's Club because we're a large family. And that is something, because it's a solid, it doesn't have to go into the quart-size baggie of liquids. Febreze to go, I like this, and this is a 2.8 ounce bottle. I have a 3 ounce bottle also that's a different brand, but I like having something like this with us when we go places, not because our clothes are going to smell or anything, but sometimes like we roll most of our clothing, especially when we're doing carry-on only, and it starts to get a little bit wrinkled, and so I like taking this with us and then putting it on one of the hanger, like a shirt for instance, putting it on a hanger, spraying it down, and then having it in like the bathroom or something while you're taking a shower, so that kind of helps release the wrinkles, and this will help with that too. This is a diffuser, so if you and it's a travel diffuser. If you have curly hair like me, or if you use a diffuser for any reason, this thing is fantastic. I purchased it on Amazon, and I should probably actually replace it because it's starting to get a little bit like it folds in on itself really easily. But the great thing is it's a universal, and I've only had maybe like 2 places that we've vacationed at that I have not been able to use this. All of the Disney resorts have full-size hair dryers, so this works great. Universal, I have not had a single problem using any of their hair dryers either, using my diffuser, and so it, as you can see, it folds down really small. It can go right into my carry-on. I don't have to worry about it getting screened or anything like that, and it helps me with my hair care routine, which is great because you're never going to go, I shouldn't say never, but I have never been to a hotel that has offered a diffuser with their hair dryer. So, pro tip right there. Something else, guys, always just take some Band-Aids with you. You never know when little one's gonna fall, scrape his knees. Nick did that to us at Universal 2 years ago. You never know when you're gonna have blisters on your feet, things like that. And then also, you can take fingernail clippers with you in your carry-on. I keep it in my baggie of non-liquid items, and just in case. But this is something that you can take with you so that if you have a hangnail or anything like that, you're not having to try to find fingernail clippers or spending an exorbitant amount for a set of nail clippers while you're at a resort. The other thing that you can take with you is a disposable razor. Now, obviously, this has the guard right on it, as you can see. And depending on how long we go, I mean, if we're doing like a 2-night stay, generally, like I won't take a razor with me. Scott might, because obviously his beard, he has to shave underneath and stuff a little bit more than what I would have to shave my legs. But this is a really great option. I never take my regular razor or replacement razors. I always just snag a disposable razor, because I think it was a 3-pack was $3. Obviously this is a men's razor. I don't have a preference one way or the other. My guys do, so I buy the men's razors and I use a men's razor. But this is a really great thing, and because I just spent $3 on it instead of having spent all that money on like my expensive cartridge and things like that, if I were to have an issue in TSA, or if rules were to have changed and I didn't realize it, and they asked me to throw this away, I'm not going to be too upset over it. This is a portable power bank. As you can see, maybe a little bit. You've got the option for the regular USB and then also for charging. Now, if you guys are going to take these, or if you're going to take one of the fuel rods, they have to go in your carry-on with you. They are not allowed to be in your checked bags. So make sure that you have these in your carry-on. Same thing goes with your if you're taking an iPad or if you're taking a laptop, you're going to want that in your carry-on because of the lithium batteries. They are not allowed to be stowed underneath. So they have to be with you in the cabin in your carry-on. So everybody, I apologize for the poor visual, bear with me. So this is the quart size baggie. You could use a sandwich baggie if you choose, but you're still only going to get the one. So go ahead and go grab those quart size baggies. I buy them from Aldi because that tends to be the easiest thing for me to do. And then what I like to do is I'll grab whatever is largest, and I put things in sideways rather than having them up top. And sometimes it takes a little bit of maneuvering because, like, as you can see, this one is just a little bit wide. Go down, there we go. But play with this a little bit. It has to be able to shut. As you can see, I'm putting this in like that. Maybe I'll put that in there. Starting to lose a little bit of room already, which is very typical whenever I go and do this kind of thing. But I very rarely travel alone. So generally I'll have 2 of these. And you gotta think, everything I have in here, there's things that other people are going to be using too. So as you can see, that's a lot of items that I put in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items, which are in this quart size baggie. If you're traveling alone, you can go with smaller items. Because I travel with my kids and my husband, we go with a little bit larger items. And I only have 3 things left. My cologne and my empty travel bottle, because I haven't put my stuff in it yet, that I'm going to be needing another bag for my travel, my liquids and stuff, because I'm traveling with them. Not a big deal, because the other one's probably only going to be about half full. Now, the other thing that I like to do is my other toiletries are things that I'm a little bit concerned about or just want to make sure things are safe. I put them in another baggie. And so in this one, probably go ahead and put my deodorant down in there. And Let's go ahead and put this down in here. That's my shampoo. I'll go ahead and put my wet wipes in there. My comb, which I use this in the shower with conditioner in my hair to comb out my hair. You never, well, I shouldn't say never, but you shouldn't brush dry hair, dry curly hair. I'm going to go ahead and put my toothbrush in there. I'm going to put my floss in here somewhere. I'm going to put my Band-Aids in. Let's go ahead and put that in. See, I'm starting to get some things in here. There's my lipstick. There you go. My lip balm. My nail clippers. Starting to get a little bit full. That's okay. Let's see here. I just realized I'm having some problems getting that to close because I didn't realize. We'll do that. Like I said, you just have to play around with things a little bit. See, now I can get that to close. I'm going to put my razor down in here too, because that's one of those items that it's a lot easier just to pull this baggie out if there's an issue at TSA. It's not going to go that way. And then they can go through this bag as compared to having to pull out everything out of your bag. And then you're having to rush and get it packed up again so that you can get to your plane. So as you can see, there's my, I guess you could consider dry goods for things that I'm going to be needing toiletry wise. Well, everybody, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. Hopefully it'll make things a little bit easier for you the next time that you're getting ready to travel and you need to pack and you're wondering what you can take with you in your carry-on bag through TSA. A lot of times when my family and I travel, we only take carry-on bags. Sometimes we just pack in a backpack and go. Other times we'll have a wheeled carry-on that we'll take with us. It depends on which airline we're using, and it depends on how many days we're going to be gone. So we've gotten pretty good at figuring out what we can take, what we can't, how things fit. And I hope that me going through this with you was able to kind of give you guys an idea of what you can do on your next trip. So with all that being said, are you ready for your next Plum Crazy adventure? Because I'm ready to get you there.